Hello Guardians, welcome back to Wright Gaming. Today bringing you another video on Destiny 2 news. So today we got the official footage for the European Deadzone and everything that comes within it. And well, to be honest, it's just excited me even more. I cannot wait to play this game based off of this footage alone. Never mind what else comes through. But I'm going to break it down for you. There's a few different videos out there from different sources, Bungie, PS Underground and PC Gamer I think. So I've just took the best video I could find with no commentary on it, so that there's nothing interfering with my commentary of course. So first up, I'm going to start out by covering the main points that get covered from the top. So first, each area within this Destiny 2 will have a lead NPC which you return to for rewards, etc. Now, the way they've planned this, if you ask me, is very clever, and I'll talk about it more as we get into it. So basically, each and every activity that you do within a certain area will reward you with blue loot, green loot, the standard crappy stuff, but also tokens. So it's yet to be seen whether you can get legendary engrams from a drop by just pure luck, but from what I've seen you can't. The only way to get the legendary gear is by collecting the tokens for the area, returning to the lead NPC, handing them in for reputation, in which turn, once you've collected so many, you will be rewarded with a legendary engram, which seems to increase in light level the further you go with the reputation. From the videos that I've watched, it goes from like 206 to 211 to 216 the more they've handed stuff in. So it seems like that's the way you're going to increase your light level. So it's still that sort of generative scale where you're going up in fives, I suppose you can call it. But it's a way that it forces you to explore and just keep doing all these different activities that you might not have done before, no matter how much you play the game. Because you've got all these lost sectors and hidden areas that you've got to explore. So if you carry on watching a lot of the videos and you'll come across adventures which are basically side quests. So they're nothing to do with the main story, but they'll delve into a story that's self-contained within Destiny. So it could be a history into the background of one of the NPCs, or the history to the planet, or a history to a faction. And it just teaches you a little bit more about the game and about who people are and where they've come from, which I thought was quite interesting, especially since at the same time they're kind of a little mini strike that actually give you a bit of combat to do, quite a fair bit of combat if I'm honest, and it'll finish it off with a high value target, which leads me on to my next topic. High value targets will drop randomly throughout each and every area, and if you kill these, a chest will drop from them, which you will be rewarded with tokens from. Now, obviously, I am talking here in terms of the European Deadzone. We haven't seen any of the area yet from videos, so it could be that on different planets it works differently in terms of how you earn reputation or earn rewards. But I can see this being a consistent sort of strategy because it's a good one, it's a consistent one, and it forces you to explore each and every planet and area to earn that reputation. Now, the other thing that's yet to be seen is whether there's a lead NPC to each subsector, if that makes sense. Because it leads me on to my next topic, which is the minimap has multiple fast travel points within the area. So if you go into the European Deadzone and open up your minimap, you will then be left with 3, 4, maybe 5 or even more, we don't know yet, fast travel points, rather than having to drive in between each area on your Sparrow like you used to do in Destiny 1. You now just travel to the quickest fast travel point and go on from there, which as much as it defies the point of exploring, it obviously saves time if you need to get somewhere quicker. So I think it's definitely a good move. Next up, patrols still exist. So the standard patrols in Destiny 1 are still there. It's just that they are in the general area, and well, they're just to fill in time in between things, I suppose. You know, I've not seen much point other than just to collect the tokens in between. The quick, snappy, and meant to be done pretty quick from what I can tell. So yeah, there's not much footage of them out there, but they exist. If that's what you want to know. And then I want to talk about public events. They're coming back, and as we all know, there will be timers on the minimap and areas revealed for each one that exists at that time, and it will pop up in the area as well that you're in. So if you know that you're already in the area where the public event has just started, it will be there on your screen, and you won't have to worry about where it is. You'll go and find it. Now, next up with public events, we have already been told there will be like a heroic stage public events that you can trigger, and they've confirmed that basically these heroic public events, you won't know how to do them until you trigger the special objective that is hidden. So in other words, the objective that you need to complete to trigger the heroic event won't be on your screen, it won't be on your minimap, it won't be anywhere. You'll literally have to trigger it by doing it without knowing what it is, and then once you do find out, you will obviously be able to do it, and you'll be able to help other people to do it as well. But for now, they're basically saying the only way to do it is to keep on trying public events, keep doing it, try different things, different methods, and eventually you'll probably get there. And it will lead to a higher level reward tier of loot, which leads me on to my next theory. The harder the quest that you're doing, whether it's an adventure, a public event, patrol, rewards you with a different amount of tokens. So you might get 1, 2 or 3. I've not seen any more than 3 up to yet, but that is the way that it's going. Next up is also other tokens that you can get. So as well as getting like EDZ tokens, there's another thing that I saw him get for called shards, which can actually be handed in for reputation as well. How much we don't know, but there is 2 forms of items that you can get that reward reputation. So they might go into further detail on that in a different video. Then we have lost sectors and regional chests. Now these are pretty similar apart from in terms of length. So a regional chest is quite easy to get to, but you have to keep an eye out for it, and you might have to do a bit of jumping because it might be hidden in a corner or a dark place where it's hard to see. And it'll be a gold chest, kind of like the gold chests in Destiny 1, and it will reward you with relevant items no matter what level you are, being tokens. It rewards you with 3 tokens, which is quite an easy loot collect for something so petty really. Then lost sectors are pretty similar, but they're much more lengthy and much harder to find your way through, and at the very end of it you'll encounter a boss, a high value target, which you have to kill, and you will be rewarded with I think it's either a large chest or multiple chests to get your loot from. Whoop-de-doo. So that is pretty much it, guys. The last thing I want to go through, which I don't know how many people have noticed, is shaders are no longer account bound from what I can tell. It looks like they are a usable, because through every video I've watched, they pop up on the right hand screen as a reward loot, and it has a number on it. So it looks like you get 3 shaders, you apply that to your weapons, and that's it, you've lost them shaders after that point. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works, because it means you might have to grind for a certain shader more than once, which I know a few people aren't going to be happy about because they've not even got 1 shader 1 time yet. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Anyway guys, that's it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed watching and listening, and I will catch you for the next video tomorrow. See you out there, Guardians.